Mindset Monday, but more tactical than maybe we've been in a long, long time. Two things here, team. So, Carrie, one, you got to take out your headphones. I want everybody in Grand Junction to hear this. I'm teasing, but I'm just saying, like, I scream when I was down there, like, y'all think I'm nuts because of how loud I am. My apologies. I am who I am. Number two, guys, listen to this. Last week, I'm on a recruiting visit, and this gal, she's talking about the power of social media, but she's not posting. And I'm like, oh my God, if you work for Coldwell Banker, like they give you a graphic every single day, like you can post every single day. And she's like, wow, that's kind of cool. And I said, oh, and by the way, what I want to see people do, so I'm challenging every single one of you who's on this phone call now, you get the cool graphic, whether it's market specific or motivation, whatever. Maybe later in the afternoon, do an Insta Live. Maybe go put it on your story and just sort of talk about it. So there's two touches, right? Some people are going to see the static. Some people are going to see the live. Regardless, you're hitting more people every single day. So without further ado, Mindset Monday. Guys, last week we talked about relationships. We talked about return on relationships versus the ROI, right? So what I'm suggesting is just that. Relationships is the key. Remember last week I challenged you, if you were trolling somebody's social media feed or just scrolling on your own and someone popped off the page that you're like, crap, I wonder how they're doing, reach out to them. Guys, I did just that. I connected with a guy I hadn't connected with in over 3 years. And we got a lunch date next week. This guy was a very, very, very big part of my early development in my sort of space. So I'm very much looking forward to connecting with him. So I'm on this recruiting appointment that I was just referring to, and this agent was like, I said, what is holding you back from hitting your $10 million goal this year? And she goes, listings, buyers, and then the third one was something that like we cannot fix whatsoever. And I asked her, I said, hey, listen, did I ever tell you the story about Kelsey? Remember, Kelsey's my wife. And she goes, well, which one? And I said, well, her coach challenged her to connect with 1,000 people in her database 23, 24 days before Christmas. And if she didn't, there was a punishment where Kelsey, remember, our family started a coffee chain. So Kelsey had to go to Starbucks and film and say, hey guys, I'm at my favorite Starbucks location. Like she was going to get disowned from the family if she had to do this. So that was her fear factor in regards to if she didn't hit her 50 people a day, she had to go post a video saying, hey, come down to my favorite Starbucks, collect your $10 gift card, blah, 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 blah. She goes, oh, wow, that's amazing. I said, how many people are in your database? She goes, 1,800. I said, great. I said, you have 90 days to connect with these people. Really, I said 60. She negotiated pretty well to get to the 90. And I said, hit them up 30 times a day or 30 people a day, you'll chip away at it. I said, that's one way of getting more listing appointments, right? You're just simply saying, hey, Carrie, it's Jeff Renevier, Coldwell Banker. I hope you are doing well. How is everything? Do you need anything? Have your real estate requirements changed? Like that's the pitch, right? Okay, great, cool. Next day, go on another recruiting appointment. This guy, I've known him his entire real estate life or his real estate career. He's amazing. I would kill for him to work at Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties. And he tells me, I go, well, what's cooking? Like, what's going on? He goes, man, I got some life-changing stuff about ready to happen. And I won't go into the details, but like, guys, he's working on a multiple 100-lot subdivision, which would just free up so much pent-up demand here in the Valley. And he goes, I owe it all to you. These are his words. I owe it all to you, Jeff. I go, what do you mean? He goes, the last time we talked, which was right after Thanksgiving, or right before, excuse me, he goes, you told me just simply to pick up the phone and call some people. He's not a sales guy. Like he doesn't make the 50 phone calls a day. I'm a relationship guy. Okay, great. You need more relationships if you want to grow, right? So that's the whole point of this. And he says, I just simply picked up the phone because we had lost out on a transaction before. And the guy was like, man, I'm really bummed I wasn't able to get all my poop together so we can get this thing taken care of. He goes, are you still interested? And the guy says, of course. He goes, I might have something for you. Long and the short, guys, we are talking just in lot sales alone, anywhere from $60 to $75 million worth of sales. Like that is life-changing type stuff. And it was all because he did what? He picked up his phone. He gave somebody a phone call. So Sharon would always tell us what? Build the list to serve the list, right? We talk about that so much here in our organization. So if you don't already have a list, here's a tip for you. Build one. Build a list. So one of the three things, all right, so I think of one thing right now. I don't sell anymore, but my God, if I did, I would just be doing this every single day because this is doing what? Nothing but value. So I call Carrie. Carrie DiPilato does not live in Bozeman, Montana, but she owns a property here in Bozeman, Montana. I said, Carrie, Jeff Renevier, Coldwell Banker, Distinctive Property. I see that maybe you are potentially an investor in our market. Is that true? Yes, of course it is. Great, great. Are you holding, are you acquiring, or are you liquidating right now? Because that's really where the investor is at this moment. They're either trying to acquire more, they're trying to sit back and hold, or they're saying, I'm scared of the market, I'm gonna get out, take my money and run type of a deal. That's your approach, because two of those three you can marry together right then and there. Teresa wants to acquire, Carrie wants to liquidate, boom, I got you a deal, are you in? No? Okay, cool, I'm gonna call the next person on my list. So figure out a way, because I know there's a way in our MLS to download the tax records, sort by owner occupied, yes or no. There's your list. Then you leverage Cole Realty Resource or Fast People Search, or there's another one that's similar to fastpeoplesearch.com, and I'm drawing a blank on it. There's two that my agents down in our pit use all the time, and they build the list so they can do what? Serve the list. Guys, if you don't have enough relationships, you have to put yourself in a position to get more relationships. And if you feel that you're bugging somebody, if you got that drunk monkey on your shoulder, thank you, Alex, truepeoplesearch.com, then you will be bugging them. However, if you simply say, Carrie, I have an opportunity for you, or better yet, an off-market opportunity. Whoa, do they feel special? Off-market, keyword. That's what I got for you guys. Build a list, serve the list. If you don't have enough relationships, build it. If you have plenty of relationships, reach out to them. It could be your next $75 million worth of sales. Happy Monday, guys.